Alright, so it's about a week later. The video got pretty long, and it died right at the very end, so sorry for the abrupt ending. Read the comments if you have anything to add, or if I forgot anything, leave it in the comments. Appreciate it. Enjoy the video. Let's have a go at this. Out here in the garage, my new place, going through my snowmobile motor here. I'll give you a look here and I'll put it right back. I got some pistons here. I had, it's a Rotax, so they blow up at 3,000 miles apparently. It's just what they do. So I had my cylinders bored. I got new pistons. Here's the old one here. Pretty fucked off. Good and fucked off. Anyway, it was running like a champ on this one. Who knew? Who knew? So I was gonna do the lower end, and I actually got a little footage, put it on a different channel. Just having some trouble, so I just sent that in. I already had the crank and everything, and just was like, I need this done. I don't get to ride it till next year anyway. But anyway, so first off, quick apology. I don't have internet anymore, my new place. So that's why I'm not getting back to any comments. I'll get to the library or something. I'll figure some internet out. Obviously, I got this video up. So what I want to talk about today, surviving your first welding job. But it goes beyond that. This really applies for any job at any point in your career. Construction oriented, I guess, but like I said, a lot of this advice goes beyond just your first welding job. I got notes here. I didn't study a script or anything, so bear with me if it sounds like I'm rambling, because I am. Basically, keep your eyes and ears open. You want to take in every bit of information you can, as far as learn from other people, see what they're doing, mirror successful people's actions. Use your ears, learn the plan. What are people talking about? What are they calling this? What are they calling that? When they say this, what are they referring to? Take everything in you can. Comprehend as much of it as possible. And a lot of that comes with time. Your first welding job, you need to just show up, do what you're told. But at the same time, you need to take in everything you can. Dress for success. You can show up with brand new shirt, brand new pants, brand new boots, brand new welding cap. I'm ready to work, sir. It's going to be a red flag. Don't be afraid to wear old clothes your first job. No holes. Look professional. No zoot suits, nothing baggy. Dress like a welder. Google welder. You want to find a picture and dress like that. Look back in many videos I've got of how people are dressed. Like I said, if anything, just mirror what you see around you. People dress differently in different geographical regions. You're gonna draw attention to yourself, unwanted attention, if you're dressed out of the ordinary. Let's see. This one is probably the most important on this whole list. Know what's expected out of you. Work quality. How much production. The safety expectations for the site, for the job, for the company, for the client. And work to those expectations. You don't have to try to go beyond on your first go around, but definitely work to the minimum expectations. You don't want to draw any sort of attention to yourself for a lack of production, lack of quality, lack of safety. Those are the kind of things that will get you ran off a job. So know what's expected and work to those expectations. If you don't know what's expected, ask questions. This starts at minute 1 before you even have the job on a weld test. I'll show up to a weld test. You know, I'm 10 years deep into this. I'll show up to a weld test and I'll be like, how do you want it? Where do you want this? When do you want me to come and get you? Do you need to check the root? Do you need to check the fill? Do you need to check the fit up? I ask tons of questions. I've taken 1,000 weld tests before, and I still ask tons of questions. So if you don't know, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you don't know. So you have to ask. And that goes for all of that. The safety. Do I need to tie off on this ladder? Yes or no? Do I need to tie off on this scaffold? Yes or no? If you don't know, you don't know. But those are the types of things that will get you fired. The wrong person sees you on a scaffold where you're supposed to be tied off and you're not tied off, you're going to get run off. No questions asked. So ask questions. Know the plan. Okay, so your supervisor sets you up here, says weld that. You start welding away, you finished. You're just standing around twiddling your thumbs and everybody sees you standing there. You didn't know the plan. What's next? You know, at least know where to go, who to ask, if you need anything. You know, there's going to be people there to hold your hand, but you got to know who. You don't want to go ask any John, Dick, or Harry. But I don't know, fuck off, kid. And that just leads, basically what I said is become familiar with your surroundings, with the site, with the people you work with. Know who you can ask, know who you should ask. Let's see, know the chain of command. Know who you work for. I mean, who's your lead man? Who's your foreman? Who's your superintendent? Who's the client? What are you building? You know, that sounds silly, but you wouldn't believe it. You know, a scaffold builder will come up to you and say, hey, what do I need to do here? Well, you need to be able to refer them to, well, we're having scaffold built, I know that, but you need to go talk to this guy over here, my supervisor. He'll help you out. Let's see. Take it one day at a time. A lot of this stuff can seem overwhelming. You know, you'd think it's simple, show up, weld, go home, come back the next day. And it can be as simple as that if you take it one day at a time, one task at a time, one day at a time. So that'll really help take a lot of the stress off of things, is if you just kind of go tunnel vision until you become familiar with your surroundings and everything. Take it one task at a time, you know. Let's see, brings me to know your task. When they set you down to weld, say some gussets or weld a fit, know how it's supposed to be done. Ask to see the WPS, ask to see the drawings, ask how big of a weld does this get? And if you can't ask, or you're too afraid to ask, look around, take a second. Well, every weld in this whole area has 1/4 inch weld on it. Put a 1/4 inch on it, you can't go wrong. If they don't like it, you can add to it. Let's see, I already talked about knowing your area. Know your tools. You know, when somebody says, well, we're gonna send you down to lay down yard A and we're gonna have you weld some stuff. Well, you need to ask exactly what that entails, because if somebody just tells me, hey, you're gonna go weld something, I'm gonna grab my chipping hammer, my wire brush, my grinder, my stinger, and a ground, and my hood, that's it. But you might have to be doing some layout, so then you need a square, you need this, some soapstone, you know, so you gotta know your task, know the tools you need for your task. That way you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off looking for everything. I don't know if you guys can hear this wind. I'm glad I'm not working today. It's probably blowing about 50 miles an hour right now outside. Let's see. Learn the rhythm. Learn the rhythm of the whole job. You know, when everybody shows up, you know, how early do people get there? Do people get there 5 minutes early, 15 minutes early, 30 minutes early? on this job, I basically get there an hour early every day. It's just how it works. There's stuff that has to be taken care of in the morning. Now that's not everybody, and that's not a rule, but that's the rhythm on this job. There's learn the rhythm, and then learn your rhythm. Where is your place in the grand scheme of things? Find that rhythm and go with it. That'll really help a lot. As far as okay, my morning, I show up to work. We have our morning meeting every day. We break off. We do our paperwork. Then from there, I go to the tool room. I go to the bathroom, and then I go to my area. That's kind of my rhythm, and I stick to that. And if it seems like days that I don't go to the tool room, I get to my work area and I'm like, man, now I got to go all the way back down. I got to go grab a tip for my MIG gun. So learn your rhythm, learn the job's rhythm. It'll really help make everything smoother. You'll be more organized. Let's see. All right, if you come to a point where something just doesn't seem right, don't be afraid to stop. Go back, ask questions. You want me to go up there and you want me to weld that? Really? Oh yeah, I thought the scaffold builders got in there and put scaffold in there yesterday. I'm glad you didn't try to climb up there with a ladder. Like I said, if it doesn't look right, stop. Stop. If it says do not weld and the guy's telling you to weld it, stop. Double check. People can get confused. They might not know the plan. So ask questions. That's the thing about this type of work, welding specifically, is when you do something and it's not right, it takes a lot of time to go back and make it right. To unweld a weld, I mean, you're looking at torches, gougers, a lot of grinding, any number of things, and it's all a pain in the ass. So do it right the first time. If you don't know, if it doesn't look right, if something doesn't seem right, if it doesn't seem safe, stop. Say something. Know that chain of command. Know who you go to. If it's a safety issue, who's your safety man? Who do you talk to about safety issues? Who do you go to if you need scaffold? All that's been brought up. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Layoffs. They're around every corner. When you come onto a job, when they hired you as a brand new welder, you're probably already maybe one of two things. I guess you could be manning up on a huge job, or they're in a bind and they need extra hands. Either way, I don't know the situation you're coming into, but you could be right around the corner from a layoff. You need to be aware of that. You need to have some money on hand. My go money is $1,500. I know I can go just about anywhere, get a hotel room for 2 weeks, and eat, not eat like a king, but eat for $1,500. So I try to keep that as go money. Not always on hand, but in savings or wherever, somewhere where you can get to it. Makes your life way easier. You can do it for less, especially if you're not going 7, 10, 15 hours away. But know that you could be potentially close to a layoff at any point. You could be just as close to getting fired. So have a plan B, have some money, which brings me to networking. Make contacts, meet people, save numbers. Ask them, hey, what job were you on before this? Hey, where are you going after this? What's your plan? Save those numbers, meet people, be friendly, make friends, because you never know when you're going to need to call somebody for work, or they might call you. Hey, where are you at? I need a job. So it's good to know people. Never stop learning. Every day learn something new. If you're not learning, things get real stale real fast. So just keep that in mind. You always want to keep learning. If you're a structural welder today, maybe you keep learning, get better and better. Maybe you want to get into pipe welding, or maybe you're, never stop learning. There's not, you'll see this, I'm not bullshitting, there's not a lot of old welders out there. They change crafts, go into management. It's a rough life. So always be learning, expand yourself, expand your mind. Ooh, this is a good one. This is important. Lie to get a job if you have to. If it helps, if saying you have 5 years experience will get you on the job site, get you a test, then lie. But when you're there, don't lie about your experience, because it will be apparent to anyone instantly how much experience you have based on how you work, based on, just based on you, how you're dressed. I could tell you a story, but I think my camera's about to die, so I'm going to try to keep this short and dirty. Don't lie, ask for help. If you don't know how to do something, ask for help. If you can't weld wire and somebody sends you up to go weld that lug on top of the duct with wire, say, whoa, hey, I'm not very good with wire. I can get it with stick. I can do it just fine with stick, but I can't weld that with wire. Let them know, because you will piss some people off if you go up there and fuck some shit up and they got to come back behind you and fix it. So don't lie in the field about your experience. Lie to anyone to get the job, but when you're there in the nitty gritty, don't lie about your experience. If you don't know how to do something, tell them, ask for help. Hard work earns respect no matter your skill level. I read that word for word off of my paper. That's a simple enough statement as it is. You go out there, if you don't know nothing and you're just trying to make your way in the world for the first time, hard work earns respect no matter your skill level. If you go out there and you run leads and you pull extension cords and you do all the shit that nobody else wants to do, they're gonna really appreciate it, and it'll take you a long way. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I could keep going on that, but just know that hard work will take you anywhere in this world. My dad taught me that, and it was one of the most true things I've ever learned. But I also hate him for that, because soft hands are also worth a lot of money. But if you got a strong back and a weak mind, hard work will take you far in this world. Let's see. Help when you can. It goes hand in hand with hard work, but hand people grinders. Hey, when you go to the tool room, can you bring back 1/4-inch grinding wheel? Help a guy out. That favor for favor, tit for tat. It'll help you in the long run. Help you make friends, meet people. Don't be an asshole. That's not going to help you out, I promise. All right, and just for the sake of keeping this short, well, I got a few more things. I can't skip over all this. Realize you must provide value for your work. You got to earn your money. If you're getting paid $32 an hour, you need to provide $32 an hour of value to your employer. And that goes back to the hard work. If you can't do that welding, if you can only weld the easy stuff, then you need to find out where you can make up, where you can provide value, because those are the people who get laid off first. If you're only earning $20 an hour of the 32 you're getting paid, you ain't gonna last. You're layoff prone. So find out where you can add value. If it's in your work or helping others, or like I said, doing the dirty stuff, getting in there, pulling lead, volunteering for Sundays when nobody else wants to come in to do cleanup, shit like that. That's where you, no matter your skill level, can add value. So just remember, you got to earn your money, or you're going to be prone to layoff. So this is what I'm going to close on, and this is a huge pro tip. Be friendly with the tool room person. If they want to bullshit. If they want you to get your shit and go, get your shit and go. But if you say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, make things as easy as you can for them, they'll make your life way easier. If you watch this and I forgot something, leave it in the comments. Which brings me to read the comments. There's going to be some good stuff. I know I've left out a lot of stuff. I left out a lot of stuff in my own notes here, but we can get a good discussion going. I know I forgot a lot of stuff, and other people with other perspectives will have completely different information, so I'd appreciate it if those guys left that in the comments. And everyone who's hearing this stuff for the first time, read the comments. And uh-oh, I think I just lost it. In case I'm